Diamondbacks this week. Pitching the dominant story, highlighted by up-and-coming young talent and a Cy Young contender. Will the bats break loose tonight, or will the starters rule again?
Washington Nationals baseball.
Time for some baseball. A lot of rain in the area today and across the Anacostia. It's the Diamondbacks and the Nats tonight. Arizona, a couple of games up on the Giants in the West, and the Nationals in the middle of a 5-4 homestand. Bob and FP, and our thoughts, of course, with Mike Flanagan's family tonight. Mike will be on our mind. I know he will all night long during the ball game. FP, kind of an odd season series. Not the explosions we expected other than one game in Arizona. It's been kind of good pitching, good defense, low scoring.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to find out why the Diamondbacks are in first place. You saw the first game of the series, and maybe you looked at the D-backs and said, how are these guys in first place? They've done it with pitching. Daniel Hudson was nice last night. Talked to a lot of the Nationals hitters, and they said he had nasty stuff, slider, sinker, everything was pretty good. So we're starting to find out why these guys are in first place, and tonight's a big game for the Nats. You always want to get that getaway day win before you go into a tough series against Cincinnati.
Tough places to go, the Reds and the Braves. Now, certain pitchers against certain teams. It appears John Lennon has one of those advantages over Arizona based on his career numbers.
Yeah, you look at him right there, 3-1 with a 1.04 ERA. Opponent's batting average 155, and for John Lennon tonight, same as every night. Trust your fastball. Trust your two-seam fastball. 68.7 ground ball percentage. That's fifth highest in the National League, so we'll keep an eye on the ground ball meter from John Lennon tonight. But trust your fastball down the strike zone. Be very aggressive. Walked 4 guys last time out. We'll look for him to be a little bit better with his control tonight.
Diamondbacks also a lefty making a second major league start. Wade Miley, 24-21 record in the minor leagues and AA, AAA, big leagues this year.
Yeah, charged with a loss last time out against the Braves. 8-1 loss at his major league debut August 20th. Fastball slider curve change, and watched a lot of video on him tonight. Fastball looks pretty straight, so good night to break out for the Nats hitters.
Well, the Nats waited a long time to break out those bats last night. In fact, it was the bottom of the ninth after nearly 22 innings without a run. Number 15 for Lance Nix, and then right after that, number 14 for Johnny Gomes. So maybe some ninth inning momentum translates into first inning runs tonight. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. and by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. After a tough day of weather, baseball to be played here under cloudy conditions and breezy conditions at the ballpark tonight. Game 4 of this series. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. Hard to stop a train. 82 delightful degrees right now. Humidity, though, is high because of all the moisture in the area, and there is a possibility of more thunderstorms tonight. Diamondbacks are hitting .245. They're 7th in the league in runs and 2nd in home runs. Gerardo Parra hitting well against the Nats this year. He's 3 for 9 in the series, a bunt base hit and a key double late in the ball game for them last night. .287 batting average, and the guy behind him, Justin Upton, only 24 years of age today. We'll tell you about how he ranks later with some of the best young hitters in the game. So John Lannon trying to get his record back to 9-9 as he makes start number 27.
And last time out took the 5-0 loss against Philadelphia. Remember, a drop throw on a pickoff play cost him a couple of runs. All in all, I thought he pitched pretty well. Pounded the strike zone, was very aggressive with a good fastball. And it's all about ground balls for John Lannon. We'll keep an eye on that tonight. Fastball, slider, curveball change from Lannon. The defense tonight for the Nats behind John Lannon. Gomes, Bixler, and Worth in the outfield. Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side. Espinoza and Morse on the right side. And Jesus Flores gets the nod behind the plate. Brian Bixler in center field tonight with his 3rd career start in that position.
Had John Lannon 9 ground ball outs in that game. And you can see some of the really dark skies up toward the north. Hopefully that just keeps on moving east, stays away from the ballpark here, and baseball in its entirety tonight. John Lannon and Ryan Roberts. He's 3 for 12 with a walk, and we're underway at 7:07 with a ball slapped the other way out of play. Diamondbacks on the road, 35-33. Nats at home, 37-27. And Roberts checks in with those numbers plus an on-base percentage of .350. Look for some slow strike calls tonight. 29-year veteran, the crew chief, Tim McClelland, has the plate. Brian Runge at first. Marvin Hudson at second. And Ted Barrett no longer with this crew tonight. Chris Conroy, rookie umpire, is at third base. Not a bad 0-2 pitch on a down and in breaking ball. John Lannon's 122nd career start. And John will go over 150 innings tonight. He threw 143 last year, 40 more at the minor league level, 206 with the Nats the year before that, so he's been durable. John seldom ever fails to go out there every 5th day. And by the way, Steve McCaddy's staff, 6th in the league with an ERA of 3.66. That ball is well hit to left center. Ball will skip on that moist grass. Bixler over to grab it. Leadoff base hit, and Ryan Roberts' 4th hit of the series.
Now we'll keep an eye on John Lannon out of the stretch now. And I think the last couple of starts, the last 3 starts, at Colorado 4 walks, at Philadelphia 5 walks. Philadelphia here last time 4 walks. What we always keep an eye on is that front side staying closed and getting on top of that 2-seam fastball.
Gerardo Parra, he's going to drag a bunt by the mound, and that's going to be a base hit. Espinoza couldn't get there. Lannon had no chance. Morse not much of a play. And for the 2nd night in a row, Parra gets a bunt base hit. 2nd hitter up in the game.
Just a little false step by John Lannon cost him right there. If he cruises right by this pitch, watch him just hesitate a second right there. A little in between hop. Allowed Parra to get down the line as a pitcher. If you break to the bag right now and beat him there, you got a chance. But once you hesitate, there's no way Espinoza can get all the way to first.
Last night, Levon got a strikeout and a double play to get out of a situation just like this. Justin Upton celebrating his 24th birthday tonight.
probably not where he wants that fastball. The command early for John Lannon has been up. And challenge fastball 0-0 right there, chest high. He's hunting a ground ball right now, fighting to get it down the zone.
.90 miles an hour with the fastball, and well outside. The count's even 1-1. One game today in the division. The Braves won again, 8-3 at Chicago. And they're 6 back of the idle Phillies.
Here they come.
I know you like them a lot, and especially the back end of that young bullpen.
I do. I think they're the best team in the league in the East for sure as we speak.
1-1 to Upton. He waits for that one, lines it to Desmond. Easy double play. And to be honest with you, I'm very surprised at the poor base running by Ryan Roberts right there. Nobody out. That ball has to go through.
Yeah, anytime you see a low line drive and you're on base, your first reaction should be back. If you freeze or go the other way, you're done. Watch Roberts on second base. A little jab step there. Not knowing where the defense is playing behind you cost him. Watch Danny Espinosa on the tail end of this play. He's not happy with the double play. Watch. He's looking for a triple play. Always looking for another out. I love it.
Well, the big double play right there. 2 outs, runner at first, and Chris Young, the hitter. Nats turned their 120th of the year. I know everything we hear about Ryan Roberts and the way he plays the game. That's a surprising base running mistake by him. He is all in every facet.
It's a little over-ampage early in a baseball game. You're on base. You're looking to make something happen early. You forget where the shortstop is, and it's hard to see him right behind you. You probably thought that ball was right up the middle.
Borderline pitch and ball 2. The D-backs are 12 games over 500. They'll do some scoreboard watching as they head for the airport tonight. Houston at San Francisco later. And John Lannon pours one in there. Strike one. Quite a battle. The Rockies have won 5 in a row. They're 8.5 out. Dodgers playing well lately. And Kirk Gibson's team's been the leader for the better part of the last month or so.
A lot of people checking out these games in San Francisco, the last 3.
Yeah, they've got 6 left with the Giants. But they're 10 over at home, 2 over on the road. In their division, they're only 2 over. (3-1) short lead by Parra. And Lannon continues to miss outside. And now the D-backs have had 3 base runners. Double play really looming large at the moment. So John Lannon, that's now 64 walks against 85 strikeouts in nearly 148 innings. And John by no means is a prolific strikeout pitcher. So that ratio is about 5-4. Lefty-lefty matchup now. Miguel Montero. Jesus Flores is playing in his 18th game this year.
Yeah, pretty good block by Flores. Going out there wide on a slider in the dirt. Keeping runners at first and second. Nice job.
1 ball, 1 strike. John Lennon rolls in the breaking pitch. Montero 2 for 7, couple of RBIs in the series.
And Tim McCullough will tell you when he's good and ready. We didn't even see it on the replay.
You can't show slow motion replays of this umpire. He is really deliberate. If there's no rain delay tonight, he might be it. Fastball up and in, 2-1.
You know what, though, when you're in the box, you hear him.
And people say he's a very good ball strike umpire.
But you hear him make the call immediately when you're hitting. He'll say strike, and then he'll stand up and do whatever he does on a strike, or he'll say ball immediately. So, catcher, hitter, no instantly.
On a ball inside, Lana's got to get over and cover for the throw from Espinosa. That was dicey for a moment, and Danny played it well, got it to Lannon. Nats out of a long top of the first. Cloudy and humid Thursday evening at Nationals Park. Here come the Nats. Struggling with the bats lately other than 2 home runs last night, but Ian Desmond's not in this series. He is 6 for 12. He's wearing out the West, and over his last 12 games, he has suddenly had a resurgence here, batting .340. So a couple of hits tonight, and he's over the .240 mark for the year, and that would be just fine. Bixler in center as the Diamondbacks throw a rookie left-hander, Wade Miley, who is 24 years of age. He's a Louisiana kid, taken in the draft back in '08.
Second big league start for Wade Miley. First one didn't go so well. 8-1 loss in Atlanta in his major league debut on August 20th. 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts over 4 innings through 76 pitches.
He was 8-3 combined at AA Mobile and AAA Reno this year. 4 wins in each place. ERA was better at AAA, 3.64, than it was at AA ball. Ian Desmond shows bunt. That gets Roberts on the move from third.
Watched a bunch of video of Miley today. He's a crossfire guy. He'll step right into the Nats dugout, throw across his body way on the third base side of the rubber. He'll just step straight across right there and throw back across his body. Usually that's a little bit tougher to pick up at home plate. It'll be rough go for lefties tonight, but when you look at the lineup, there are none, except for long ball Lannon hitting ninth.
On the corner, he gets a 3-0 call. And Desmond with a good at bat.
Somebody is getting the hang of leading off.
I was just going to say, does he think he's a really good leadoff guy here with a take like that?
He is. He's been raking. Let's check out the D-backs lineup tonight behind Miley. Parra, Young, and Upton in the outfield. McDonald and Roberts on the left side. Hill and Goldschmidt on the right side. And once again behind the plate for the 4th day in a row, Miguel Montero.
Ian Desmond's on-base percentage coming into this game is just .283. But right now he's getting on base, and that's really all that matters.
It seems like, Davey Johnson's been talking about how he slowed the game down defensively this year, but hasn't been able to do it offensively. I think he's finally slowing the game down in the batter's box. That was a leadoff hitter at bat. He was taken all the way there, 3-1, trying to get on base.
And Bixler was showing bunt for a hit there. In this series, Brian 1 for 4. And he's playing in his 63rd game of the year. He's a defensive guy, can pinch run, pinch hitter. So in those 62 games, he has exactly 62 at bats. By the way, Miguel Montero has done a good job for them behind the plate this year, 40%. Miley goes 6'1", 219. Played at Southeastern Louisiana University in the Southland Conference. And in one of those years, he had 119 strikeouts. He'll be facing a guy from UVA in a moment. And a good take by Bixler on an 0-2 pitch near his hands. Well, they're ahead in the count. Let's see if they pitch where the outfield's playing, which is slightly to the right. That ball is away. And Bixler is off to the races. Hill knew he had to hurry. Aaron Hill throws him out. Desmond down to second, 1 out.
Yeah, pretty good play by Aaron Hill. There has to be some kind of history there between Bixler and Hill, because we've seen Brian Bixler surprise the opposition on defense a bunch this year with his speed. So whether he came over from the Blue Jays and they told him in the clubhouse, hey, this guy can really run. Nice job of getting rid of the baseball by Aaron Hill. When he first hit that ball, I thought it was a base hit all the way.
Yeah, from up here sure looked like it. Second game for Hill and McDonald from the Blue Jays over to the D-backs, playing together up the middle. Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 12 in this series. First pitch changeup fading away from the righty.
See, this is an opportunity where I think Ian Desmond can get off the schneid on the stolen base thing. He's been stuck on 20 for a long time, but if you watch Miley, pretty deliberate to the plate with the runner on second. He was pretty quick while Desmond was on first. That's a pretty slow delivery right there, and if the middle infielders fall asleep and you get a good jump, this would be a great time to steal third base.
.92 on the heater, 2 balls and a strike. Well, Zimmerman, Morse doing lots of damage in the middle of that lineup these days. Michael hitting .316, 6th in the league, and a 2-1 to Zimmerman, way inside, gets away, but it's toward third, and Desmond freezes.
And once again, you're a hot hitter. You're seeing the ball well. You're the focus of the pre-series meeting. Be careful, this guy is hot. What happens? You get a 3-1 count. It seems like Ryan Zimmerman lately is walking to the plate with a 3-1 count.
They'll take a fastball off the plate, and the Nats have a couple of walks here in the first 3 hitters, and an early key spot for Michael Morse coming up. Michael Morse has started to show up on the league stat sheet in lots of different categories. We've been talking about his slugging percentage for a while, his home batting average, his night batting average, but he has broken into the top 10 now in runners in scoring position, hitting .337, and that's 7th in the National League, adding up to those 71 RBIs.
And that's been the book for about the last 3 weeks on Michael Morse. Fastballs on the inner half early in the count, off speed late.
And that's right in there quickly, 0-2.
2 fastballs in.
Michael in this series has walked, been hit by a pitch, and he's 2 for 10. That is perfect, and Tim McClellan slowly pulls out the bow and arrow. 2 down. Wow.
I'm going to show you the sequence of that at bat. It's quick, don't blink. It's 3 fastballs on the inner half. Well executed game plan from the young Wade Miley. First pitch fastball in 91. Second pitch fastball in 92. Third pitch fastball in 93, and Michael Morse was a pair of shoes.
On the Verizon Pitch Track, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Jason Worth back in the lineup tonight. First 2 games of the series, outstanding. 4 for 8, a homer, 3 RBIs. And the rookie lefty has a good fastball going right now.
If you're wondering to yourself, how does Michael Morse change that game plan? Well, you got to go up there one time and look in there, get him out of there, hit something hard to left field, go deep to left field. Changes everybody's game plan. Now they got to go back to away, and that's really your strength.
They played their outfield defense exactly the same against all these right-handed hitters. Everybody slightly to the right side, and then he keeps busting people inside. Other than Bixler, who he got off the end of the bat to the second baseman. Off speed, and he had Worth reaching, and Aaron Hill almost waited too long to make that play to first with Zimmerman flashing in front of him. Nats get 2 walks in strand 2. When the Nats and the Diamondbacks get together, let's talk run support, shall we? Call Luna for up to 70% off all flooring. Shop smart, shop Luna, 877-241 Luna. So the most starts this season with 2 or fewer runs by your teammates, and John Lennon 3rd on that list.
And it seems like every year, no matter what team you're on, every staff has one guy that gets no run support. But I think with the Nats, you can make the argument there's 2 guys this year, Landon and Zimmerman.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt, the rookie, who's 0 for 5 in the series and batting .230 overall. I remember years ago we used to talk about that run support thing for some of the guys at the top of your rotation. but that meant they were being matched up with everybody else's number 1 and 2 guy, and a lot of low-scoring ball games ensued. But John was that guy for the Nats. A couple of opening day assignments, and he'd find himself at Pete first couple of months of the season pitching against the best pitchers in the National League East. And when Josh Johnson, those kids are healthy in Florida, there's 4 other teams with really good number 1 and 2 starters.
Yeah, he came out of the gate with some bad luck with his opponents on the hill for sure. I mean, how long does that really last? Ones against one, maybe a month and a half at the most. And even that, so many off days sprinkled in the early part of the season because of rainouts and snowouts on the East Coast. I don't know how long to match up like that, but it seemed like John Lannon got his fair share of aces in April and May.
Ryan Zimmerman's favorite play, straight in on the run. And John Lannon now, his second ground ball out. And he'll face Aaron Hill, then John McDonald, and both of them went 0 for 4 in their Arizona debuts last night. Aaron Hill hitting .225 at Toronto in 104 ball games when they picked him up. Those 2 for Kelly Johnson 2 days ago.
Yeah, the new middle infield for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Didn't show up offensively last night, but they sure won the game with their gloves. John McDonald made a sweet play going up the middle on a Ryan Zimmerman ground ball. Aaron Hill was all over the place at second base, getting dirty, diving, making great plays. So 2 sides of the game, lumber and leather.
And another line drive to Ian Desmond. 2 quick outs for John Lannon here in the top of the second. If you call right now and place a deposit on season tickets for next year, a lot of things suddenly happen to you. First of all, you get a free autographed baseball. You get 2 free season tickets for next year, so a total of 4. And you get the rest of this season free. And we've still got a lot of baseball to be played yet. And Steven Strasburg is on the way with some other kids coming up from the minor leagues. So right now, we've got operators standing by here at the ballpark at 202-640-7990.
And those are just the tangible things you mentioned. And not to mention how your life will change, how people look at you because you have season tickets.
That's right.
And you can give them out whenever you want to whoever you want to, and be big man on campus.
Discounts on parking. So 2 outs, base is empty, and John Lannon trying to get the number 8 guy, so a rookie pitcher could lead off next inning. John McDonald's been around a long time. Cleveland 12th round draft choice in '96 out of Providence, and he was in the minor leagues with the Indians and the Tigers for 9 years. Lannon with a 2-2, and no way for Desmond to catch that one. Third hit for Arizona. That'll get their pitcher up here in the top of the second.
So John McDonald says, Aaron Hill, yours was too low. I'm going to hit one right over shortstop.
Yeah. He's got the first hit by a new D-back here.
A strange game. Aaron Hill hit his right on the screws. You can't hit a line drive any harder. And John McDonald hit his right off the end of the bat for a knock.
Thank you very much on Miley with a 1 pitch out, and the top of the second is over. John Lannon stranding 3 runners already. Espinosa, Gomes, and Flores coming up.
of the second inning. A tough day for baseball fans and for the Orioles family with the passing of Mike Flanagan. Steve McCatty worked with him in Baltimore and also pitched against him, and here's what he remembers most.
Flanagan was a great guy. The first time I ran into him was in winter ball back in the late 70s, and Scott McGregor was down there, Eddie Murray, and all those guys, and just a great guy, funny. Great to be around, and he was a real tough competitor when he pitched. You really enjoyed being with him.
And Arizona hitting coach Don Baylor told me, too, that Mike Flanagan was such a great teammate. He was always positive. He was so unselfish, and guys would run through a wall on the days that he pitched for him. Bob, FP?
Yeah, they all wanted in the lineup. They knew it would be a well-played game. Danny Espinosa is on his way to second, slapping that ball by Ryan Roberts. The Nats have their first base hit. Espinosa's second of this series. He's been on base 4 times.
And I think that was Flanny's way of saying, stop talking about me. Danny Espinosa with a double down the line. And that's in business right now. Leadoff man on, leadoff double. And when you look at Espinosa's stats this year, 278 from the right side, just 214 from the left side. Little break tonight. Hitting right-handed, 1 for 1.
That brings in Johnny Gomes, hitting 207 as a Nat, 210 overall. And Johnny's had a nice moment or two in this series. A homer, couple of RBIs, and 2 for 7. Off speed, way off speed, and way outside. And Gomes taking another off-speed pitch. Ball 3.
Yeah, runs have been tough to come by lately. This is where situational hitting becomes huge.
Getting down to the bottom of the order. Would he have the green light here? He didn't like the location. It was low, and the Nats have 2 men on. That's the 3rd walk issued already by Wade Miley. And it works down to Jesus Flores in the number 8 spot. And Jesus does not always remember Arizona fondly. It's where he got hurt early May, a couple of years ago. He had just hit a home run the day before. He took a foul tip off the right shoulder. I mean, just flush on the front of that shoulder. And he was hitting .301 with 15 RBIs in 29 games when he was hurt on May 9th. Didn't play at all last year. Climbing his way back to the big leagues this year. Pudge's injury has opened up the gate for him. And right now he's hitting .244. Only 23 ABs in 8 games. But he's had 8 hits over those last 8 games. Pudge, an interested observer. Eating him alive not to be playing.
Coach Pudge. There he is. Jesus Flores right here. Part of hitting 8th is knowing the situation. You know, if you just go up there and let it fly, try to drive a baseball, you make it out. John Lannon's behind you, going to bunt a couple guys over. So this is where you really take a shot and let it fly.
Flores into center, and the ball hangs up for Chris Young. Danny Espinosa knew how hard that ball was hit and had to get back to second quickly. Flores, a really good swing. And now it'll be up to John Lannon to move some people around. He's done that 3 times this year.
Good pass right there. Watching Chris Young for the last 4 days, I've seen him play a lot over the years, but looking at the first step quickness, the jump, and being ready for the baseball, I don't know that I've seen anybody better in center field defensively this year. I mean, he is on everything. First step on it, whether it's back to the side or in. He is all over the baseball in center field, covers a lot of ground.
Not many run on him. 4 assists all year. Upton has 5. John Lennon over the top of that one for a strike. Well, really dark skies have moved off to the north and the northeast. It's actually quite pleasant and a little lighter overhead at the ballpark right now. Bottom of the second, Espinoza doubled. Gomes walked. And after the Flores line drive, John Lennon has taken a stab at 2 of them and fouled them both straight back.
Don't know if the heart was quite in that bunt attempt. Anytime you're facing a lefty and you are a lefty, the ball's coming kind of right at you. See John Lennon kind of bailing right there, balance going back toward the dugout. Even when you talk to the most accomplished bunters, if they're left-handed facing a lefty with a little fuzz on the ball, it becomes a difficult AB.
Can't be selective anymore about where you want to bunt it. And that'll be a strikeout. The Xfinity schedule coming your way, and it's on to Cincinnati tomorrow night. The Nats will be facing Dontrell Willis with Chin-Ming Wong, Detweiler and Mike Leake Saturday. Zimmerman against Johnny Cueto Sunday could be Jordan's final start of the year. Catch all the action, and then the first the Nats go on to Atlanta. Xfinity is only from Comcast, your home for the most live sports. 1-800-XFINITY. It's brightening up out there. Desmond drives in a run here. The sun might just break through for one more time tonight. Ian walked his first time up, and he's been on base 7 times in this 4-game series. The runners are going, and a double pump by Montero. And the Nats, who haven't stolen any bases at all lately, grabbed 2 on 1 pitch. Just what you talked about earlier, FP. Pitcher a little slow here.
Little deliberate with a runner on second. You see how long he takes to get the ball to plate. Great jump by Danny Espinoza. Good job on the backside. Johnny Gomes reading that.
Now that's just like a sacrifice bunt. Both guys move up, 1-1 to Desmond.
If you're the trail runner and you're on first base with a runner on second base that might steal, your only job is to look at the runner on second and to get as good a jump as he does. If it surprises you, you take off. A lot of teams will put on plays where they throw behind and throw to get the runner at second base. So good heads up by Johnny Gomes going with Danny Espinoza.
And Desmond will take a fastball inside, 2-2.
And you know what? It's a cheap stolen base.
That was Danny's 13th. And for Johnny Gomes, his 6th of the year.
Because if the first guy makes it, you make it. It's a bag on the backside.
Oh, yeah. So the Nats stolen base total up to 90 on the year. Some changeup right there. That thing floated away from Desmond's bat. The Nats have stranded 4 runners in 2 innings in a scoreless game. time, dodging some weather, and so far so good. Saturday night, AAA baseball. Now it's Rochester at Syracuse. And, of course, the focal point, Steven Strasburg, making his next rehab start. Now, if the Orioles game would happen to go way late, the start of that delayed telecast would be delayed. So hang with us on MASN Saturday night. A lot going on. The Nats at Cincinnati on MASN 2. The Orioles are playing, and Steven Strasburg pitching. Same night coverage of his next rehab start. Ryan Roberts with a line drive base hit to left center first time.
And Strasburg up to 70 to 80 pitches his next start in Syracuse.
Nice.
Took batting practice yesterday. Got into the swing of things offensively. He's getting close, folks.
Ground ball left side. Zimmerman has to lay back on that one, and plenty of time to make that play. John Lannon, 2 ground ball outs last inning, so this one here gives him 4 so far. He has a double play on the infield on a line drive to Ian Desmond. And Desmond caught another line drive, so the D-backs haven't made an out beyond the infield yet. And here's Gerardo Parra, who laid down that really nice bunt to the right side first time. We've seen him do that twice. He's 4 for 10 in the series. Of course, Arizona, a lot of young players. Mike Rizzo was out there for a number of years, and they were the organization of the year in Major League Baseball several years ago under Mike's watch. They have a lot of kids still in their early to mid-20s. They have been at that age as talent rich as any organization in baseball over the last 4 to 5 years. And they're in first place. What's better than that? 0-2. Lannon had Parra reaching. So here come the ground ball outs now. 5 of the last 6. Let's talk about Justin Upton, who turns 24 years old today. One of 6 players all time with as many as 85 homers and 60 steals before that 24th birthday. And you'll see a pretty cool list here in a moment of the others.
His trivia fact number 2 that he doesn't like being hit in the elbow.
That is well known. That's not trivia. Everybody knows that. In this series, Upton 2 for 8 with a walk and, yes, hit by a pitch. All right, here comes the rest. 6 all time. Orlando Cepeda, they called him Cha-Cha. Cesar Cedeno, Griffey Jr., A-Rod, Andrew Jones. What a great list to be on. This little pop fly out to Danny Espinosa. John Lannon with a really good, quick 1-2-3, 3rd inning. Bixler, Zimmerman, Morse coming. tonight. There's just about every color in the spectrum from west to east. By the way, we do see some blue skies out to the west. Saturday, September 3rd, the Mets are here. Labor Day weekend, free post-game Lifehouse concert. Coca-Cola presents it. Tickets starting at $10. Drop by nationals.com/Grand Slam. Baseball, music, and lots of fun on a holiday weekend at the ballpark. Brian Bixler has the Nationals' second consecutive leadoff hit, and now they've had their leadoff man aboard in every inning.
Got some speed on the bases, staying on the off-speed pitch, staying through it. Good read of the slow for Brian Bixler. A little lenient to left field, checking in.
Nice.
Nice.
Brian's 13th hit of the year. Nothing lucky about it. Solid contact, and here's Zimmerman, who walked first time. And Brian Bixler is a guy that might be turned loose if things go well. And we talk about this often. Just because Ryan hits the ball so hard, he does hit into a lot of double plays. Second most on the team with 11. Wilson Ramos 16. And if you don't believe that those two have something to do with each other, the guy that leads the league in double play balls is Albert Pujols. More than 24 of them this year.
Well, he should be benched. How about all the panic about Albert Pujols and his numbers early in the season? Look where he's at right now.
Yeah, he leads the league in homers.
Same old, and he's approaching 300.
Their problem is 10 games behind Milwaukee.
There's some kind of sky tonight, huh?
It is unreal.
It's like a painting out there. Weird color. Crazy clouds.
And we just want folks this weekend to be on the lookout for all that weather that's approaching. I mean, we didn't mean to leave you, but the schedule says we have to go to Cincinnati.
Earthquake, hurricane. When are the aliens landing?
Well, the Mets will be here next weekend. Everybody else is on the Mets case right now. Just kidding. Breaking ball, good take by Zimmerman, 2-1. Mets and the Dodgers on the next homestand. Michael Morse, 3 consecutive fastballs to strike out first time up. So these guys getting a second look at Wade Miley now. Zimmerman just out ahead of it and got under it. Twilight, where's the ball? Who can find it? It comes back under the lights, and Parra makes the catch. That thing really disappeared up into the sky when it got above the arc of the lights.
It's something that you don't always notice when you're watching a ball game on television. But watch John McDonald on this play. And check him out right here. Shortstop, pointing it out. Nice circle FB. See him going out there and pointing right toward the baseball?
Yeah.
As an outfielder, you'll look at your infielders and say, hey, I can't see right now. You put both arms out before the pitch. Point it out for me. And you see John McDonald right there with a little assist running all the way to Parra, pointing the ball out in a tough sky. Little things like that will help an outfielder out in a tough time of night.
Here's Morse. FP, you'll be comforted to know that our Masson engineers are working on an analyst telestrator circle that'll follow moving fielders. So that's probably just months away.
Well, we have everything else.
The technology of baseball on TV these days, truly amazing. Let's just hope they don't have any robots working on play-by-play and analysis in a warehouse somewhere. Look at this.
Tough to see a baseball in that sky, but it sure is pretty. It was the aliens I was talking about.
Michael Morse 2 for 11 in this series. Now he's giving Michael Morse some breaking stuff to look at. And the count's even 1-1. This is the only ball game in progress in the National League tonight. Only 4 ball games the entire league. Pittsburgh, St. Louis in about 20 minutes, and later Astros at San Fran. Marshall gashed one up the middle. So Michael has his third base hit, and this is the third inning tonight. The Nats have had 2 men aboard at the same time. And a big spot coming for Jason Worth.
300 hitters make adjustments. You saw the first time up, Michael Morse took 3 fastballs on the inner half, and look at the adjustment. Gets a fastball down and in, digs it out, little linear back up the middle. Watch the Exmo replay. Little vibration on the bat. Michael Morse will take 1,000,000 of those. That's a nice swing.
The Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram summer clearance event with offers that won't last long. Hurry into your local dealership. That's our Dodge Ram Exmo. Here's Worth, who Miley had reaching, and he bounced out slowly to the second baseman first time up. He's in ambush mode. This ball slicing into the corner and reachable for a foul ball catch. Justin Upton. Bixler tried to go back and maybe tag, but Upton was on to that and got it back in a hurry. Nice play.
And with nobody out in that situation, if you're Brian Bixler, it's imperative that you tag up. But with one out, the rule is halfway, not sure. So Brian Bixler was halfway right there. He saw that Upton was cruising over to make the catch. He tried to hustle back, but he's still in scoring position. That's a good no-go for Brian Bixler.
Danny Espinosa pulled the ball right over the third base bag for a double first time up. That was the leadoff hitter last inning. About time for Danny to make his move towards 60 RBIs. First pitch changeup. Miley has a good off-speed pitch.
Danny Espinosa, his first time up at a fastball, and this time up, change-up slider.
No score, bottom of the third. Espinosa couldn't stop his swing on another off-speed pitch, down and in this time.
Another slider, back knee variety.
Espinosa slams it foul. Well, now we're checking out the sunset. Just an amazing night here visually. Scoreboard taking the back burner to the sky here tonight. There's your sunset out toward the Blue Ridge Range. 1-2 to Danny. Breaking ball. He waits for it, but not long enough. He'll stay alive. Diamondbacks pitching staff, about the only one in baseball with a 4 ERA and first place.
That's because they play in a hitter's ballpark.
And it is tough to pitch for low ERA out there. Even Milwaukee, in their ballpark, their ERA 3.71, playing half of their games at home. Espinosa strikes out on a breaking ball. Well, 3 innings in a row, the Nats have lacked that 2-out hit. They've stranded 6. On to the middle innings now, scoreless. Looking to the west, 0-3-0 D-backs, 0-3-0 Nats. You'll see some great pitching and some exciting baseball next year. So buy two, get two. It's our 2012 special season ticket offer. Place a deposit now and you get the rest of this season free as well. 202-640-7990. 202-640-7990. And right now, an autographed baseball coming your way as well.
And you know why this season free as well is important? Because if everything lines up the way it's supposed to, Steven Strasburg's first start will be September 6th here. And his first 3 starts are lined up to be right here at Nats Park.
What's better than that? Chris Young walked first time up. John Lennon 42 pitches, 25 strikes, first 3 innings. And that's a dandy changeup. Chris Young 1 for 8, 5 walks in this series. So the Nats haven't retired him every time, but they have certainly limited his damage.
It's a good word for a changeup. It's dandy. A fastball can't be dandy.
Yeah.
It's got to be an off-speed pitch if it's going to be dandy.
Yeah, it's got to be a little slower to be dandy.
Yep.
And that is a snappy breaking ball. While we're into adjectives here.
Yeah, I would go with dandy on that one, too.
First strikeout.
And check out the pitch from John Lana. Just a slider down the zone. 82 miles an hour. See the release point, getting on top of it, out in front. Same thing you always say when somebody throws a good slider.
Kinetic Pitch Track brought to you by Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. Miguel Montero grounded out to the right side first time. Hot shot through the box. And the D-backs have their 4th base hit. So 1-on-1 out here in the 4th. We check in with Debbie.
Well, our PNC minor league report features 2 of the end of the season Eastern League All-Stars. First baseman Tyler Moore. He's someone that bench coach Pat Corrales told me he believes can be a major leaguer. He just needs a chance to play. He leads the league right now with 28 homers, 81 RBIs, and he said too that Brad Peacock has a major league arm and great ability. Brad, of course, led the Eastern League with 129 strikeouts. And that's your PNC minor league report, solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC, for the achiever in you. Bob, FP.
Thank you, Debbie. And it's cool because every night with PNC, we talk about achievers. Young men in the minor leagues fighting their way up that chain to get where we are right now. Here's Paul Goldschmidt, the first baseman, bounced to Zimmerman first time. Big, strong right-handed batter, just feeling his way through his first major league experience. 8th rounder just 2 years ago. And last year he was playing single A ball.
And the first home run off Tim Lincecum August 2nd. Second home run off Cliff Lee August 17th.
How about that?
2 pretty good names to put in your book.
He jacks this ball up the middle. 2 on, 1 out. D-backs doing that up the middle thing here. And they have 5 hits to 3 for the Nats. That'll bring in Aaron Hill with John McDonald to follow.
So a 6-game losing streak the other day, and there was the earthquake. The Diamondbacks got here late. They didn't take BP. They won. Yesterday, Kirk Gibson said, you know what? They worked the other day. We're not going to take BP, and they won. So you talk about a manager that's superstitious. And the rain today, no BP for either team.
Yeah, everybody was in the cage today. That ball slammed. Oh, what a pick by Zimmerman. Espinosa the turn, and Michael Morris will pick it at first.
That's the double play of the year right there. Just flags it down right there in between hopping. Watch Espinosa hang in there on a tough slide. Good pick on the back end. that double play a couple of more times. And check out the in-between hop that Ryan Zimmerman gets. I'll tell you what, that's the first good play. Second good play is Espinoza hanging tough with Goldschmidt bearing down. And the third part of that play, the pick at first base by Michael Moore. So watch the soft hands on the in-between hop. Kids at home, that's why you feel down to up. You start below the baseball and go up with the baseball as it hops. It'll go into your glove more times than not. You look at Espinoza hanging tough. That is no small kid coming into him right there. Gets some air, gets out of the way, lands on the ground, and watch Michael Morris. He's been soft and nice with the glove all season long. Big long hop right there. That's one of the better double plays we've seen all year.
Gave each guy a star on that one. Got Paul Goldschmidt, 6'3", 244, bearing down on Danny Espinoza. Here's Johnny Gomes looking for a first pitch ambush, bottom of the fourth. Walk, stole a base right behind Espinoza on that double steal 2 innings ago. Yeah, it's got a bad break when those guys were on leading off, and Jesus Flores scorched one right at the center fielder. That kid's got some kind of changeup moving away from those right-handed hitters. Easy out Hill. Flores and Lennon now the next two. Jesus Flores, one of the hardest hit balls of the night. Right at Chris Young with 2 men aboard, second inning. Popped straight back. And one of the few foul balls we've ever seen here in 4 years that was above our eye level before it came down.
Wade Miley's been nice so far in this game. He's thrown a lot of fastballs into the big right-handed hitters for the Nationals. But if he needs one of those fastballs out over the plate and doesn't get it in, hasn't really happened so far. He's been pretty consistent on one side of the plate. There's a lot of guys don't pitch in consistently because they're scared to pitch in, because if they miss by a couple of inches, it goes a long way. But what he's doing effectively tonight is making hitters aware of the fastball and setting up all his off-speed away.
On a 1-2, Flores hits it hard again. Up in the air from Roberts. He recovers, and a good pick by Goldschmidt at the other end. Jesus Flores hitting the ball hard enough to be 2 for 2 tonight.
How about Ryan Roberts just getting a glove on this? That ball's whipped right there. Keeps it in front of him. Barehands the ball. A good pick on the backside by Goldschmidt, but folks, that takes a lot of courage to stay in front of a ball hit that hard and stay with it. Pretty good pick on an in-between hop, too. Seen some good third base play in this whole series. Both teams.
John Lennon struck out on a bunt attempt first time. Another really good off-speed pitch. So a 1-2-3 fourth for Wade Miley. This one scoreless. and their unbelievably fair wireless service now provided at their solution stores or Cox.com. So the Nats unable to get a hit with a runner in scoring position tonight, leaving 2 runners each of the first 3 innings, and then the lefties are matching up very well.
And John Lannon pitches his way out of trouble early. Probably not the way he drew it up. We see all the ground ball double plays from John Lannon, but he gets a line drive double play, get him out of a jam in the first. And then how about the defense for the Nats? First, this great double play, probably the double play of the year, made by Ryan Zimmerman on the in-between hop, and then with a couple of guys on, Desmond strikes out, Espinosa strikes out. So Wade Miley making some big pitches in some big situations.
64 pitches, 40 strikes for him. 52 pitches for John Lannon through 4 innings, 34 strikes. So he's averaging right at 13 pitches per frame. There's a 1-pitch out as Ryan Zimmerman takes care of John McDonald. Guys are on the plate. Defensive players, the balls of their feet, making plays everywhere.
I'm sure as much as that one hurt for Matt Williams at third base, the double play that Ryan Zimmerman made, there was a part of Matty Williams that was watching that saying, hey, that's a good play. That's how I used to make them.
That he did.
He had a pretty good seat for it, too.
Matty Williams won 4 Gold Gloves, 4 Silver Sluggers. So he was the best defensive and offensive guy at his position for quite a while. And a bouncer right by the mound. Here comes Espinosa, circling right around the bag and then using that strong arm. 2 outs. That's John Lannon now with 9 ground ball outs of the 14 he's registered.
I'm telling you, we love playing defense behind a guy that throws ground ball outs, that works fast and pounds the strike zone. It's almost like taking infield. You might as well have a coach standing at home plate hitting your fungos because you're on your toes, you're ready. And that's why we're seeing good plays made on both sides tonight.
Top of the order, Ryan Roberts. And going right after guys. Tremendous work rate here. Getting the ball from Flores, and he is ready to roll. And of course, these 2 guys have worked together quite a bit this battery.
And going after guys in an 0-2 count. I like that.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's laying it in there either. Quality pitches. How about the 3 ground balls and 10 in the ball game now? Something's got to give offensively. Maybe Desmond gets it going. Bottom 5. Times he has a walk. 0 for 1 tonight. Debbie Taylor has our AFCIA sideline report. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Debbie?
Well, he has definitely done a nice job in the leadoff spot. And Davey Johnson told me today that he actually had a conversation with Ian Desmond and compared him to Barry Larkin.
I mean, I don't pass that kind of compliment around lightly. He does a lot of things that Barry used to do. He's quick, he's got a great arm, good defensively, he's got bat potential, hits the ball all fields. And, you know, Ian Desmond is going to be a heck of a ball player.
Ian told me, too, that he's not where he wants to be, but the signs are there. He feels that he's moving in the right direction. He's swinging better, and he's giving his best effort out there. And he told me, too, that it is nice that the manager believes in him, but the success and the confidence has to come from within. Bob?
Takes a while when you bat .223 the first half of the season. And, of course, by first half, that was 93 games in this year, the mythical first half at the All-Star break. Desmond's going to lay down a bunt, but he's not going to lay it down. He's going to pop it up. 2 unassisted on that grab.
That's some high praise, throwing some Barry Larkins around in comparison to Ian Desmond. Barry Larkin, one of the best shortstop I ever played against. But when you talk about Ian Desmond's experience and how he's improving this year, I would say the one thing I would point to in similarities to Barry Larkin is the way he carries himself and his leadership skills. He's definitely the captain out there. There's no doubt about that.
Brian Bixler base hit last time. He's 1 for 2. Got his batting average up over that 200 mark. Hopes this one drops, but it won't, as Upton comes in to get it. You don't get many line drives in front of or between the guys who play center field and right field for this Arizona ball club.
Well, they're used to patrolling that spacious outfield in Arizona. When they get to a normal outfield, they got it covered for sure.
Ryan Zimmerman has walked tonight and flied to left. Couple of heaters, 2-0. Pardon me, 1-1.
Well, you're just used to saying 2-0 because it seems like that's the count every single time he walks up there lately.
Zimmerman reaches out. That's well placed. Right field line, drops in. He's going to dig for 2 with that ball slicing away from Justin Upton. So Michael Morse, who you just saw, will bat as the Nats have another runner in scoring position.
Sometimes the barrel's overrated. You see Ryan Zimmerman right here, a little out in front, little lob wedge double down the right field line. A side angle of that swing just off the end of the bat. You see the bat shake. Nicely placed, as Bob called it, right down the right field corner. And even with that placement, he still had to hustle into second base to get that double.
Michael Morris base hit last time.
Against an outfield like the Diamondbacks and just at the major league level in general with some of the best defenders in the world, you don't care what your hits look like. You'll take a million of those. Hard, soft, doesn't matter. You're on base, you got a knock. That's all that matters.
We showed you our game summary a few moments ago with that 0 for 7 on it. 2 runners stranded each of the first 3 innings. Michael thought he might be getting a 2-0 fastball.
Not with first base open and 2 outs. Wade Miley has a base to play with. He's got an open base. One of the better hitters in the National League at the plate. He's not just going to lay one in there 2-0.
Three and one now with Jason Worth on deck.
See, this is where, as a hitter, you start thinking maybe too much. I know I did in these situations. He threw me a 2-0 change. First base is open. Is he can throw me a 3-1 change? You step in and you say, okay, I'm going to sit on a change. He throws a fastball right down the middle and you're kicking yourself. But sometimes in these situations, you have to guess and maybe sit on something else.
And he goes fastball, misses upstairs.
And I'm doing it as a broadcaster, too. Thinking too much.
Fourth walk of the night. All right, here we go. The Masson Mobile Word Scramble on the screen right now. Text Scramble to 29292 to play tonight's game. And if you unscramble the word correctly, you'll be entered to win great autographed Nats memorabilia. Stay tuned. Into Nats games on Masson all week. More chances to enter to win.
If you don't get that one, you're slower than the color analyst, which is not good.
Worth is 0 for 2. Jason Worth, the bouncing ball to second. Foul out, right field line. And a chance to add to his RBI total of 48.
Right on that heater. That's some kind of frustrating when you're on a pitch like that. You're looking for it, you get it, and you foul back. It'll make you walk around and talk to yourself.
Miley has kicked that door ajar here a little bit with his fourth walk. Although he wasn't going to let Morse beat him. And Worth will fly this one to right, and Justin Upton is there. Jason Worth is 0 for 3. The Nats have stranded 8 in 5 innings of a scoreless game.
Freeze cam. Let's go back to the fourth. Stop it right there. Good play, Ryan Zimmerman. Gloves it. We're going to stop it a couple of times. Stop it right there. Danny Espinosa getting some air. Stop it right there. Michael Morris with the pick on the backside. A little 5-4-3 double play and see the guys in the dugout. Oh, yeah. Good play. Good play. We've seen you do that every single night. We're used to it. Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. You see a guy that normally doesn't make good plays and he makes a good play, there'd be guys running over there high-fiving him, slapping him hard. But when you have a guy like Ryan Zimmerman or Danny Espinosa where you see it every single night, good play.
Yeah.
Good play. Good job. And that's the biggest compliment your teammates can give you.
Para for the D-backs, top 6. Arizona box score, not as much frustration with runners in scoring position as the Nats, but they've collected one more hit, 5 over 4. And they've stranded 4, the Nats 8. Top of the 6th.
I guess you could look at that as the Nats are getting more runners in scoring position than Diamondbacks, so it's just a matter of knocking 1 or 2 of them in.
Off speed, and Lannon pitching beautifully tonight. Spacing out his strikeouts, that's only the 2nd of the night. He has 10 ground ball outs.
Yeah, check it out one more time. 1-2 pitch, down in the zone, way out in front. And tough to stay back. And John Lannon's been nice. Didn't strike 1, keeping that front side closed. So after some early nerves, maybe a little overexcited in the first inning, he settled in very nicely.
That ball gashed down the left field line by Upton. Johnny Gomes over to pick it up. And the Diamondbacks have their 6th base hit. And for Justin Upton, 1 for 3 tonight and 3 for 11 now in this series.
You see, this is where I would have trouble as a major league manager, because in a 0-0 game in the top of the 6th, maybe my team hasn't been swinging the bats like they normally have. I'd get antsy right here and try a hit and run early in the count and give them a steal sign. And we see it every night. Most time managers play this straight up. To me, this would be a time with some heat on both ends for some action.
That ball is killed to left. Arizona 2, Washington nothing. Chris Young with his 18th of the year.
And that's why I'm wearing a tie and makeup. Kirk Gibson playing it straight up. Chris Young gets something right out over the plate, and that ball is absolutely positively hammered.
And the ball popped up on the first pitch. Jesus Flores to have a look. Retires his fellow catcher, Montero, for the 2nd out. That will bring in Paul Goldschmidt, 1 for 2 with a base hit. And with Arizona scoring now, it kind of brings into focus what's happened to the Nats offense in this series. They have been without a run in 26 of the last 27 innings, with the back-to-back homers last night by Nix and Gomes, the only tallies on the board during that time. It's the equivalent of 3 full games. So John Lannon's going to have to try to keep it 2-0 and hope his teammates can get to this rookie left-hander, Wade Miley. Good changeup by John. He had Goldschmidt way out ahead. Aaron Hill next here in the 6th, if it makes it that far.
Good pitch.
Yeah, trying to paint that inside corner. Didn't miss by much, did he?
Yeah, let's check out what the pitch track had to say. Fastball down and in. Good pitch.
Yes, it was. And he gets him reaching, but a foul tip. As Goldschmidt, with those long arms and wingspan of his, just able to get the bat to the ball. Two-out walk. Control not that much of an issue for John tonight. That's only his second pass. Now they start the runner, and that was such a big jump, no chance for a throw. And Paul Goldschmidt with his second big league stolen base.
He was just betting on a no throw over right here. And Kirk Gibson rolling the dice and putting on first move. Goldschmidt going as soon as Landon picked up his foot. And Jesus Flores had no shot.
That ball hit well up the middle. Brian Bixler right there. Diamondbacks bats making noise in the sixth. Young a 2-run homer. D-backs by 2. Earlier tonight, Teddy the early lead, and Abe did a little taunting down the stretch tonight. It was pretty much of a logjam there. Abe will turn a little bit to the side and taunt Tom. And by the way, then the guys turned around and watched the video board where Mark Grace, the famous winless racer from Arizona, issued a challenge to Teddy, who said bring it on. So evidently Gracie and Teddy are going to be meeting at some point next year.
And I might have a nightmare about that Gracie bobblehead thing they race in Arizona tonight. They showed that on the jumbo. Oh my goodness.
You should see the Randy Johnson one. And he doesn't have a fastball. Todd Coffey, John Lennon's spot to hit, due up fourth in this inning. Espinosa, Gomes, and Flores 6, 7, 8. Well, it's a shame a guy gives up 2 runs in 6 innings, and he might have to be pulled for a pinch hitter because there's no support. Espinosa lines out hard. Danny really taking some good swings now. Doubled earlier, strikeout in between, and that's the first out. Bottom of the 6th. The Nets only have 4 hits, but they've received 4 walks. 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. Miley throwing that fastball with some confidence right now. That was outstanding at the knees right there. Tim McClellan says strike 2. Then he goes change up. It's right-hander Brad Ziegler. And the only reason he's warming up is because Miley is approaching 90 pitches. Johnny Gromes cracks one to left, but Parra just cruises back for it. 2 down. On deck circle empty at the moment. It all depends if Jesus Flores reaches base. It's like Alex Cora is on his way. Oh, that's Rick Ankiel. And of course the thinking there is Flores gets on base, Ankiel with power, the tying run. Wilson Ramos is the only right-handed bat. As the Nationals now for the last couple of weeks play a man short off the bench with an 8-man bullpen.
A couple more days before you get the September 1st call up. There are going to be a lot of guys on that bench.
Flores has hit the ball hard twice tonight. That's a good take. He's seeing the ball well. Line drive to center. Hot shot that Ryan Roberts grabbed on a short hop at third. And Flores won't be denied this time. He'll plug the gap. He'll head for second base. And Rick Ankiel will represent the tying run, pinch hitting for John Lennon.
3 solid at-bats tonight for Jesus Flores. And partner, you just talked about the first 2, and that one was the best one of them all. This is Jesus Flores saying, catch that. Line drive double in the gap. And he has been on everything that Wade Miley's had to offer all night long. So you get to the tie and run to the plate in the form of Rick Ankiel.
Rick Ankiel, not that much success against lefties this year. A little bit outside there. It's a fastball right at his hands, catching the inside corner.
I mean, this is where ideally Davey Johnson would love to have a big right-handed bopper come off the bench and take a whack at tying this ball game up. But you just talked about the short bench. And it's a left-hander up there, Rick Ankiel.
So Lannon, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Couple of double play balls, a home run. He deserves better. Ankiel late, and that's an inside-out swing that might have busted his bat. So the best John can get tonight is off the hook with a no decision. Unless the Nats really rally here and pick up enough runs to get ahead. 2-2 now. And Ankiel will bounce it to Aaron Hill. The run drought continues in Washington. 2-0 D-backs into the late innings. Cast on Mass and brought to you by Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Very cool old-time Nationals logo there with the Capitol Dome. And you take a walk around the concourse here at Nationals Park, you get a real dose of Washington baseball history. Really interesting. Come early some night and get yourself up to date on Senators, Nats, Washington history. Back to school drive presented by PNC Bank. Now, thanks to those of you who've brought them to the ballpark, now you can drop off your supplies through Saturday at a PNC Bank branch near you. You'll receive 2 tickets to a September game when you do, and all the donations benefit public schools in Virginia, Maryland, and right here in D.C. And the tickets are while supplies last. So John Lannon done. Todd Coffey is on. And Wade Miley is done for the night as well. They'll be pinch hitting for him in a moment. What a night for the rookie. Chance for his first big league win. We've got Sean Burroughs to hit after John McDonald. Nice job by the young man from Hammond, Louisiana tonight. There's Sean Burroughs, who hit the home run 2 nights ago that broke the Nats' hearts against Jordan Zimmerman in a 2-0 shutout. Great slider by Todd Coffey, his bread and butter pitch.
I'm just thinking back to the Rick Ankiel pinch hit. You know, with Wilson Ramos on the bench, he's your only righty on the bench, and we've seen Davey Johnson burn his last catcher before. But when you do it in the 6th inning, you got so many innings to play. I mean, that's really rolling the dice. He'll do that late, 8th or 9th inning, but in the 6th, and talk about being short-suited as a manager on the bench in a close ball game, and left-hander on the mound dealing, you throw a lefty up against him. That's tough.
Only Cora and Nix remain other than Ramos, who has the night off after playing the first 3 games of the series and going 3 for 11. Good breaking ball by Todd Coffey, who's got that thing working tonight. Now he'll face Sean Burroughs.
Yeah, good slider right there from Coffey.
Anytime you see a hitter's feet moving around in the dirt, you know he has been overmatched. Burrow's good pinch hitter for these guys this year, 11 for 40 with an RBI. That was not a pinch home run he hit the other night. He was in the ball game. So 275 as a pinch hitter, that's about as good as it gets for a guy with a lot of ABs. And a lot of them are aggressive hitters who like to swing early in the count, late innings. Michael Morse takes care of that, 2 outs. Most really good pinch hitters will tell you they do not sit around for 2 hours to come in and take pitches.
Now you got to get the first hittable fastball off the bench whenever you pinch hit. You don't have time to ease into the ball game and see whatever the reliever you're facing on that night has. He's got to come off the bench hacking. I think some of the best pinch hitters of all time is Dave Hansen.
Yeah, Lenny Harris was like that.
I'll throw Matt Stairs into that group.
Yep.
You find a fastball, you hunt it out, you hit it. Whatever happens, happens.
Here's Ryan Roberts, who's 1 for 3. Coffey goes fastball, and Roberts late for it, counts even. One American League ball game worthy of mention tonight. Many feel it's a playoff preview. Boston at Texas. Red Sox 4-0, 3rd inning. I walked into the clubhouse today, FP, and Oakland was up 7-1 at Yankee Stadium, but it was the 3rd inning, and I thought to myself, this game is far from over. Little did I know the Yankees were going to score 21 more runs and win that game 22-9.
And you saw the Robinson Cano grand slam to make it 7-6, and it's only the 5th inning. You're thinking, oh, there's going to be a ball game here.
Yeah, it's a bad feeling when you're ahead and then you're not. Jason Worth with a running catch and a good inning for Todd Coffey. Time for the crowd to stand up and stretch with the top of the order coming up, Mr. Lincoln. Nationals Park, 2-0 D-backs. Desmond Bixler Zimmerman coming up. And we are off to the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati tomorrow night. Johnny Gomes and his old teammates and his ex-manager Dusty Baker. Chien-Ming Wang for the Nats. He beat the Reds pitching into the 7th inning on August 16th. Dontrell Willis. First time we've seen the D train in a couple of years. The Reds are only 2-6 in his 8 starts, and I did look at his stats today, and he is winless at 0-3 with a 4.14 ERA. 6:30 Nats Extra tomorrow night, and then some baseball from Cincinnati as Brian Shaw takes over for Arizona.
I saw Chien-Ming Wang leave the clubhouse early today in his travel clothes. I think the Nats sent him ahead early to Cincinnati, anticipating some bad weather and a lot of waiting around tonight. So Chien-Ming Wang already in Cincinnati, awaiting the rest of the ball club.
That has been done a lot by big league clubs over the years, and that can be a very good thing for him to be well rested.
And Brian Shaw, I saw the numbers: fastball, slider, cutter, curveball. Fastball will go about 93 miles an hour, slider 83. He likes to throw the cutter. Throws it 60% of the time.
Tyler Clippard starting his routine for the Nats. Hopefully anticipating a tie score at least in the 8th inning. Shaw called up from AAA Reno July 20th. And he'll throw that slider outside, so he follows up Miley. 98 pitches, 61 strikes in 6 really good 5-hit shutout innings. Fastball 94.
That's a cutter. You see the little cut action on it at the end. This kind of puts a little more pressure on his middle finger. A little sideways rotation, and then breaks away at the last second.
Desmond late for that one. And he takes that slight step toward the third base side and throws across his body. Never comfortable for a right-handed batter. Not exactly like the Weaver boys do it, but he does take that step. There it is. Oh, and he doesn't keep from flying open, and Desmond takes a glancing blow off the shoulder.
It all started with a hit by pitch.
Yeah, and right now for the Nats, that's as good as a hit. They have failed to score in 27 of their last 28 innings.
Let's see where it got him. Right there in the tricep. And Ian Desmond will tell you there's a dent in that baseball. Get a new one.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram summer clearance event with offers that won't last long. Hurry into your local dealership. That's our Jeep Exmo. Here's Bixler. Hit the ball well twice tonight. Base hit to left. Line drive to right, caught last time by Upton. I wonder if Davey toyed with the idea of Lance Nix here. Keel has been used.
If you go with Lance Nix here, you're going to have Johnny Gomes or Jason Worth playing center field. Or maybe Lance Nix, but he's got the bad wheel, so.
2-0 and back in plenty of time, Desmond. Good count for Bixler here. And he'll take a strike. Ryan Zimmerman with a walk and a double tonight. And Bixler with a good take, 3-1. Well, this would be a big mistake by the D-backs to put him on ahead of Zimmerman and Morse. The Nats have received 4 walks and a hit batter tonight. Stranding 8, now 9 runners to this point.
I'm wondering if Davey starts Ian Desmond right here in a 3-1 count.
Not a big lead, and on a step off, he'll go back.
Maybe play this one straight up. We'll see what he does. But you already got the tie and run at the plate. I don't think there's any hurry to get to second. Bixler can run. You stay out of the double play if he hits a ground ball, but we'll see what he does. And Kirk Gibson trying to check it out too.
With the runner holding, Bixler fouls it straight back. And we'll see if the 3-2 count changes anything. Up the middle, that ball sneaks through. Desmond touches the bag and goes to third. He was on the move, and even with the middle infielders moving together, Brian Bixler hits it hard enough, and he's 2 for 4.
And grade A-B Brian Bixler, have a night. Desmond moving on the pitch, gets the cutter out over the plate. And this is why you roll your head, so you can find the baseball and know that it went through and go all the way to third. So runners at first and third, nobody out, game on.
That 2-strike hit batter really changed the start of this inning. So Charles Nagy, the D-backs pitching coach, visiting with a dangerous hitter, chatting with the umpire and getting ready to step in. Ziegler heating up again. Best way to keep David Hernandez and J.J. Putz out of the game is to get back tied and then ahead of this team in the late innings. First order of business, getting that run home from third. And Zimmerman will take that cutter that just misses outside.
I mean, you never know if you're Ryan Zimmerman. You might get a mistake out over the plate, but the game plan right here is to look for that cutter away and drive it to right field.
He did not cut that one. That was running in on Ryan, 2-0.
But when you look at the chart, you see that a guy throws cutters 60% of the time. I'm going up there looking for that.
Outer half, and Ryan couldn't get to it.
And the cutter 95 right there, so reach back to see the rotation just slightly moving at the very last second.
And a quick move with Bixler back. Great base running speed out there for the Nats right now. On a pitch up, Zimmerman fouls it away. Nationals Park with a crowd of 17,666 tonight. And the Nats down by 2, but 2 on, nobody out, and a 2-2 count to Ryan Zimmerman right here on Mass and HD.
And Aaron Hill is playing Ryan Zimmerman to pull, and anytime you have a pitch breaking away from you, you got a big hole right there.
Zimmerman can't get to it. Man, this guy's got some quicks with that cutter. And Brian Shaw gets a big K for the D-backs.
And basically that's a 95-mile-an-hour slider without tilt.
Wow.
And it starts out a strike, breaks off the plate away. Now, sliders are usually, 86 to 88 miles an hour. That was 95. So sometimes guys throw cutters that cut so much they act just like sliders.
Michael Morris, a base hit and a walk, 1 for 2.
I mean, you don't see many right-handers throw this 96. Look at that.
That's what, Mariano Rivera plus about 5 miles an hour?
And that one had a little tilt to it. It went down and away from Morse at 96.
Tough count here, 0-2. Is that a live arm or what?
Well, it's a big leagues. You face guys like this every night. You got to find a way to get the job done however you do it. I mean, good teams are going to run guys out of the bullpen left and right that can throw with good arms. The ball moves all over. You see that every night. You got to fight. You got to battle. You got to find a way.
Target in here. And Morse gets jammed slightly. He gets the Nats on the board. So after totally dominating Zimmerman and Morse away, the D-backs tried to sneak inside. And for Michael Morse, RBI number 72.
A second hit of the night for Michael Morse, and that was a big one. And battling with 2 strikes. He's just put the ball in play, smokes this. You look at it on the inner half, gets his hands inside of the baseball, fighting to get his hands inside, get the barrel of the ball. Line drive up the middle. Nats are on the board.
Tying runs at second base now. And that is it for Shaw. Ziegler has been ready. And the Nats are battling back. Good to see some runs up there, or at least one for now. Call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics. One is home, and we invite you to check out the Potomac Nationals. Their season just about a week and a half away now from ending. They'll have their final homestand commencing a week from tomorrow, so check them out. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Brad Ziegler acquired July 31st from Oakland for infielder Brandon Allen. Left-handed pitcher Jordan Norberto. He had a 2.39 ERA in Oakland, 43 ball games.
Fastball slider change from Ziegler.
2.79 ERA, 10 innings over 9 appearances for Arizona. Jason Worth. And guys who throw from this angle are not capable of throwing the ball straight.
I used to tell my hitters in A-ball, anytime a guy had a funky release point, go up there and see the release point on the first pitch. Do all your homework. Find out where it is and then go to hacking. I mean, if you go up there and swing at a guy maybe that you haven't faced before that throws from down under, you lose track of where the release point is. Find it, then go to work.
That's a ball and a strike.
One to measure, one to rake.
Jason Worth, 4 hits. A homer, 3 RBIs in the first 2 games of this series. He gets a breaking ball that he reaches for and pops it up weakly to third. 2 outs. Jason Worth 0 for 4 tonight. He has been to bat with 8 runners on base tonight. That'll leave it up to Danny Espinoza now, 2 down.
It's a good matchup for Danny Espinoza. Anytime you're a switch hitter and a guy's throwing the ball sidearm, he's throwing it right onto your barrel. You just got to get something up out over the plate that you can drive the other way.
Early for the first one, late for the second one. Danny tonight 1 for 3 with a double. He's hit the ball hard twice.
Parra extremely shallow in left field. Respecting the speed of Brian Bixler. The whole outfield's pretty shallow.
Espinoza will fight this one off. Hope it gets out of play, and it comes twisting back in to Parra, who makes the grab. So the Nats settle for a run on a hit batter and 2 hits. They've stranded 11 in a 2-1 game. Unbelievably fair wireless service at their solution stores. You can log on to Cox.com, check it all out. Big blow of the ball game with 1 out in the 6th after an Upton single. Chris Young, the homer. The Nationals were 0 for 23 with runners in scoring position over this series before Michael Morse got that hit. John Lannon deserving a better fate tonight.
Not a lot of lumber in this game tonight, so let's show you some leather. Go back to the 5th. Ryan Zimmerman on the 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Aaron Hill. Nice turn, nice pick. Way to go, Ryan. Good job. And Ryan Roberts says, I got something for you at 3rd, too. That was a 4th inning off the bat of Jesus Flores. And then Wade Miley in the 5th. Little chopper up the middle. Danny Espinoza says, I got this, showing off the arm strength across his body. So, a lot of good plays tonight on defense for both teams.
Tyler Clippard. Appearance number 57.
I'll tell you what, Parra just sat on a first pitch change and was all over it. And you're trying to leave earth on the first swing. He sat on it, got it, and fouled it straight back.
Against a pitcher with an 0.71 ERA in his last 21 appearances. That'll be skied out to center. Bixler has help if he needs it. He'll take it with Desmond and Espinosa close by. Tonight's copyrighted telecast, presented by authority of the Washington Nationals, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Up and away to Upton. 1 for 3 with a base hit. There's David Hernandez, who's their 8th inning guy. And then J.J. Putz follows him with his 32 saves. Clippard pulls out the breaking ball. Did that several times a few nights ago. There's the changeup. He will throw it any time to anybody.
And right when you think you're going to get a fastball 3-1, pull the string on an 81-mile-an-hour changeup. Watch the movement. Upton way out in front.
Threw him another one. And you'll see more swings at fastballs out of the zone from Tyler Clippard than anybody else with that changeup fastball combination.
Well, that was a changeup, and that's not where Tyler Clippard wanted that pitch. He got away with one. Yeah, 3-2 changeup in a guy's eyes with 25 home runs. That was a mistake.
So 3 changes in a row. That's way upstairs. 1 on, 1 out.
It is time for a Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. Let's go back to the 6th inning. And Chris Young, 89-mile-an-hour fastball from John Lannon right out over the plate, all over it. He chose to watch it for a few minutes, and that ball was crushed. And that's our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. And that's the difference in this baseball game.
Not biting on the high heater. 2-0. Flores for a visit.
There was an action pitch last time that Chris Young was up, and Kirk Gibson chose to play it straight. And the count 2-0 right here. You got a 1-run lead. Got a guy on first base with a bunch of stolen bases, 19 steals in 26 attempts. Let's see what he does this time. Good changeup from Clippard.
Don Sutton used to call those overpowering changeups.
That's a great term for it. I mean, if you're Tyler Clippard, sometimes it's not a bad thing to fall behind in the count because you just go to that. We used to joke all the time that Tom Glavine wanted to get behind 1-0 and 2-0 so he could get to his changeup and strike everybody out.
1-on-1 out, top of the 8th in a 2-1 game. Right now, Tyler having a hard time spotting the fastball. Left-handed batter on deck, Montero barring the double play here in the 8th. And the changeup is right on the corner. It's amazing the command he has of that pitch.
Yeah, 3-1 changeup, kind of a swing back changeup right there. Starts it off the plate. You hear the grunt from Tim McCullen. You know it's a strike before he throws his arm up.
Yeah, maybe the seam and a little bit of the baseball catching that corner. Absolutely perfect. We'll see if Kirk Gibson does something with a speedy runner. Upton has 19 steals on the year. 3-2, 1 out. He's holding on a swing and a miss. Clippard with the heater, the strikeout for the second out here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, anytime you got a guy with 84 strikeouts versus 21 walks coming into the game, hard to start a runner. Clippard's very quick to the plate on top of it. So making a big pitch when he needs to right there.
And he gets a strike to Montero. D-backs catcher 1 for 3 tonight and 3 for 10 with a couple of RBIs in the series.
Well, you see a guy off-right a fastball up in the zone. You get to a 2-strike count. Maybe you try to throw one a little bit higher after that, but Miguel Montero turned around and asked Tim McClellan if he thought that was a strike. He thought that one was a little bit up. Go elevator fastball right here, or you go right to the changeup.
No balls and 2 strikes. And Clippard paints and doesn't get the call.
And he got the hands on the hips from Tim McClellan, meaning get back on the mound, but I thought this was a good pitch. Check out the 0-2 fastball. Pitch track had it as a strike.
Tim Track had it outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-1 ball game, top of the 8th.
A couple of close misses right there for Tyler Clippard, not getting a call either time. And fastball away, fastball in. And looks like he might have to get a swing through strike 3.
That ball is laced down the right field line, and Worth has a ways to go. Upton can fly. He's going to be sent by Matt Williams. We have a play. Flores can't reach him, and Arizona leads 3-1. So after a missed strike 3 call, 2 pitches later, the Diamondbacks make the walk hurt.
Hey, look at the changeup, and he's all over it. Almost like he knew it was coming. Just smokes it down the corner. Worth got to it quick. Gave Danny Espinosa a chance to see the quick release. Espinosa in a good position, but just the speed of Upton made this play as he just gets past Jesus Flores. So even though there was a couple of calls that didn't go Clippard's way, you still got to find a way to make that pitch with 2 strikes. But Miguel Montero all over that changeup.
Paul Goldschmidt is next. Montero now 3 RBIs in this series, 65 on the year.
I think anytime you see a major league hitter with 2 strikes take 2 fastballs like Montero did, he's telling you he's sitting soft, even with 2. A couple of fastballs kind of locked him up. They were by him. Got the changeup out over the plate and did something with it.
Tyler Clippard now 33 pitches in this inning. And the phone just rang in the bullpen. Ryan Matthews is up.
A sarcastic cheer from the crowd here, and that's not directed toward Tyler Clippard. That's directed toward Tim McClellan.
Counts back even 2-2. And a wicked breaking ball somehow blocked by Jesus Flores. Clippard throws a changeup, and that ball is crushed. It's a 3-run inning for Arizona, and they lead 5-1. FP, we talked about this earlier in the inning. Tyler's had a hard time throwing his fastball in the strike zone, and he's had to come in with a couple of off-speed pitches.
And you see the pop of Paul Goldschmidt. Let's make that our 4th drive of the game. He got a changeup out over the plate and got all of that. A 1-hopper right past Johnny and Ray. Watch where this ball ends up. On the concourse, all the way out to the gate. That's one of the farthest balls I've seen hit in this ballpark all season long.
That kid is some kind of strong. 6'4", going about 250.
That just made a different sound.
That's 10 home runs Tyler Clippard has given up this year, and Davey Johnson's going to have to go get him. 37 pitches. And the other thing that hurts about that, if the Nats are in a tight ball game tomorrow night in Cincinnati, Tyler Clippard may not be available. 5-1 Arizona. 3-run 8th inning. Brought to you by your local Ford dealers and by Columbiana in theaters August 26th. That's tomorrow. Rated PG-13. Rough inning for Tyler Clippard. We're a little bit off on his pitch count. The scoreboard had added about 10 onto his count. So we will amend that as soon as we get a final total. But the 3 runs, a walk, a double, a homer, 27 pitches for Clippard. Ryan Matthews faces Aaron Hill here in the top of the 8th. And he gets hit. Ball tailing up and in. Ryan Matthews, for the most part, untouchable at home this year. This is his 18th appearance at Nationals Park. 18 2/3 scoreless innings. He's got to master that road thing where his ERA is 6.35. Here's John McDonald, who has a base hit tonight. Colin Cowgill is on deck for the pitcher Ziegler. And that's ball 3.
Yeah, look at Ryan Matthews' fastball tonight. The velocity's down. The command isn't there, and Ian Desmond going to go have a talk with the young right-hander.
4 in a row, and now it's 2 on.
I mean, that just doesn't look right to me. Something doesn't look right with Ryan Matthews. His fastball velocity is down. You see Lee Kuntz right there. They're going to go take a look at him. He almost is easing up on release, and I don't know if he's feeling something or not, but that's not the Ryan Matthews we've seen so far this year. I mean, this is where, if you're Ryan Matthews, you have to be honest. If you're feeling something out there and the trainer's asking you, and you're coming off Tommy John surgery, and Davey Johnson's not taking any chances at all, and this will be it for Ryan Matthews.
Who hits a batter, walks a batter, and a ball game where the Nats had just scored in the bottom of the 7th. To make it a 1-run game is now slipping away, down by 4.
And it's one thing to say you want to stay in a baseball game. It's another thing to know that, you know, something's not right and you don't want to take any chances.
Colin Ballister will take all of his warm-up tosses between the lines and have as much time as he needs to get ready. Lead 5-1, 8th inning. So the ballpark has kind of had the air taken out of it with this long inning where the ball club had just battled back. But, you know, the bottom line, several different things going on here. Offense having a hard time scoring. So John Lannon had to be pulled out of the game before you'd like him to be pulled out. And the bullpen's not going to be right on it every night.
Tyler Clippard is human. There's no doubt about that. That home run from Paul Goldschmidt was one of the farthest ones I've seen all season long. But we'll keep an eye on Ryan Matthews as he leaves the game. He saw some things in his delivery that just didn't look right, kind of decelerating as he let go of the baseball. Velocity 90 miles an hour. That's a guy that throws 94, 95, 96 at times, so you just hope he's okay.
So Ballister trying to gather things, and then the Nats still have 6 outs to work with. 8th inning. This was a homestand about 3 games ago that was looking real good. It's 5-4 right now. It was 5 out of 7 at one point. If the Nats don't come back, it's a split 5-5.
And I think we're seeing why the Diamondbacks are in first place right now. Wasn't real impressed after the first night, but watching them play the last 3 games, these guys are gritty. They're tough. They don't give up. They got some good arms in that bullpen and some good arms as a starting rotation.
Yeah, they don't blow you away. They're just playing really good, sound baseball. And between Kennedy and Hudson and Miley these last 3 nights, the Nats have really been stymied by their starters. So Colin Cowgill faces Colin Ballister. Ballister's 13th appearance, 22 innings so far, 20 strikeouts. Front door breaking ball stays up and in. Another thing that happened 3 nights ago after the Nationals won, they were 2 games under 500, 3 games left to go on the homestand. Feeling pretty good about things. Now the D-backs are trying to take 3 out of 4, and that's a nice big curveball from Ballister to get the strikeout. 3 runs in the inning, and the Nats are down by 4.
Pivotal play. We're going to go back to the 7th inning. Jason Worth at the dish. Brad Ziegler on. Pretty good slider right there. Pops him up. So kind of been the story of the night tonight. Can't get that big hit. Not just Jason Worth. A lot of Nats struggling tonight with runners in scoring position. Morgan Franklin and their clients know that pivotal plays don't just happen in sports. See who's making them in business and government at pivotalplays.com.
In this series, David Hernandez has been tough, scoreless inning in their 2-0 win on Tuesday. Solid setup man for J.J. Putz.
Yeah, we saw Hernandez the other night. Pretty good fastball, a good curve to go with it, and a changeup too. The fastball's mid to upper 90s.
No fue para allá. Para allá.
Good job of laying off that high heater by Johnny Gomes, and the count goes 2-0. Henry Rodriguez. For the 9th, Ballister got the strikeout. They'll be hitting for him in a moment. That ball well hit by Johnny Gomes, and right at the top of the scoreboard. Missing a home run by very little, and serious pop the other way.
Well, we've seen him do it before. And here we go again. 10th double of the season for Johnny Gomes. Gets himself into a 2-0 count leverage. Gets something out over the plate. And when you look at Hernandez so far tonight, his velocity's down. Just 93, 94. He was 96, 97 the other night. And this just misses a home run. Look where this ball hits. Right off the green. Stays in the ballpark. And pretty good swing of the bat from Johnny Gomes.
And that's why they painted that strip green several years ago. The ball shows up against it. And that is in play.
It used to be white?
It was kind of a silver color. And a couple of coats of paint took care of that. Pretty much the same color as the rail up and behind it. Jesus Flores has had 3 really good at-bats tonight. Finally doubled to the left center field gap last time. And he'll be reaching for this one and pop it up out there. Gerardo Parra calls off the shortstop John McDonald for the first out. And Alex Cora will be the next hitter. Nats need base runners at this point, down 4. Alex has pinch hit in 2 of the 3 previous games. But still looking for his first base hit in this series.
I'm talking to Alex Cora the other day. Hasn't had a lot of starts lately. We were talking about pitch hitting. For a guy that's used to working the count, seen a lot of pitches getting on base, it's tough for him to fire off some swings early in the count. He said he's really fighting the fact that when you come off the bench, you got to be ready to hit. You know, most of Alex Cora's career, he's a guy that's going to go to a 3-2 count, try to work a walk, get on base any way he can.
Yeah, as if everything required of a late inning pinch hitter goes against his personal philosophy. Not a power guy, just solid line drives, use the ballpark.
And pinch hitting becomes extra tough when you haven't had a start in a long time.
Well, maybe he'll foul off 3 or 4 and then get real comfortable.
Yeah, the more pitches you see, the better your timing gets. There's no doubt about that.
Dave Desmond's had a 2-time on-base evening.
I haven't seen that big curve yet from Hernandez. That was his out pitch the other night, and he had a good one.
.95 on the Heat. Rally caps, 8th inning. Gets that one in on his hands a bit. And Alex Cora will pop up. 2 outs. Take MLB.tv and the Nats with you everywhere you go this season. You can see every Nationals game live on demand on your computer or your favorite device. Go to Nationals.com to order. And for details, MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Desmond a walk, hit by a pitch, and he scored the Nats' only run. And Lance Nix for Brian Bixler next.
That's if Ian Desmond gets on. I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Bixler goes back out to center field. If Desmond makes the last out, Desmond gets on, Nix will hit. If not, you probably have Bixler leading off the ninth.
Yeah, you want that big guy swinging with men on base, right? That is a nasty breaking ball. That good curve you mentioned. 0-2. Desmond can't get to the breaker. And that'll do it. And Miguel Montero just got reminded there were 3 outs. Ninth inning coming up. 5-1 Arizona. Started our show tonight talking about our good friend Mike Flanagan, and we miss him terribly, but we want you to see a very special thing that he did, and that was back in '91 when they were closing Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. He was called upon to come and end the proceedings. He gets Bergman of the Tigers on a big breaking ball, and he wasn't done yet. Capacity crowd saying goodbye to the old lady on 33rd Street there. And then another K. What a moment. Now, the Orioles would lose that ball game because it had to go to the bottom of the ninth. But what a great moment for Flanny to give those Oriole fans to close that ballpark where so many great teams had won championships.
And what a great honor.
All but 3 of those seasons with the O's. Cy Young, great teammate, a man of humor, a man of words, a voracious reader. I heard a writer talking today about how they exchanged books all the time and really enjoyed the literary aspect of it.
You remember the notebook he had when we did those Orioles series of all the misspeaks from announcers across the country? And he started reading them to us before the game, and we were just dying.
I forgot about that.
So throughout his career as a broadcaster, or even as a player, when he was in the clubhouse and he heard an announcer, he would write something down that he thought they said that was funny, and he kept a book of it, and he showed you and I.
Yeah, that was
and we were in stitches up here.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think I was on that list.
I'm sure I was too.
Ryan Roberts, top of the ninth, against Henry Rodriguez. All right, 5-1 ball game. How does Henry motivate himself to throw strikes here?
It's a big league game.
I know.
That's
you shouldn't.
simple.
Well, my point is you shouldn't have to, but we seldom see a 1-2-3 inning. It would be nice.
Well, nobody wants it more than Henry Rodriguez.
Right there, that free and easy 96. 50 strikeouts, 37 walks in 48 innings. The league's only hitting .225 against him. But because of the walks, the ERA is 4.28. When he gives up a hit, it hurts because men have been put on base. So let's see if we can get a little building block going here tonight.
Well, I think he did a nice job the other night. Was it last night when he came in, intentionally walked the bases loaded, Livan Hernandez, and then he got out of it? He gave up a base hit, and it turned out to be a big base hit, but he threw strikes. He attacked the strike zone.
They gave up the 2-run hit to Montero, walked Chris Young, and then got over Bay and Hill.
Now, all in all, I thought it was a pretty good outing for Henry Rodriguez last night.
We're told that Ryan Matthews left the ball game with shoulder tightness. And that's the second time in a week he's had a bit of discomfort with that shoulder. 3-2. Throw strikes. He can get it done.
And check it out one more time. It's the fastball. Roberts with a big swing, and that was by him.
Left side, Desmond gets behind it, plants, fires, and just too quick is Gerardo Parra, who has gathered some infield hits in this series. He's aboard with one out here in the ninth.
I think maybe as Ian Desmond gets more experience at shortstop, he might think about backhanding this ball and using that big arm of his. Anytime you're going away from the play and fielding the ball going toward foul territory in third base, you're not going to get a lot on the throw. Whenever you have a guy that runs fast, and maybe you stick your glove backhand, stand up tall, and use that cannon he has.
Justin Upton, 2 runs scored tonight. 1 for 3 with a base hit and a walk. Runner goes and a big jump and a breaking ball. No chance for Flores to do anything. Gerardo Parra 10 for 11 now, stealing bases.
I'm sure Kirk Gibson and the Diamondbacks think that's a big run. It takes away the grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. A 5-run lead is way better than a 4-run lead.
.97 upstairs, ball 3. That ball bounced. Rodriguez might have gotten a piece of it, spinning on Danny Espinosa, and runners will be at first and third with 1 out.
And we talked about it last night with Johnny Gomes in left field. Speed will make you do funny things. And for Danny Espinosa right there, you got a plush runner and Upton, a little peek, and that's all it took.
Danny Espinosa will be given an error. His 12th of the year. And here's Chris Young again with an RBI opportunity. Flores with a nice slide to his right to smother that.
Now, one thing I would really work on with Henry Rodriguez, not so much the command, the control, that's pretty obvious at times, but the tempo when he comes into a baseball game. I mean, it comes to a grinding halt, and it's not because he's throwing balls. It's how much time he takes between pitches, and I think he's trying to slow the game down for himself. But what happens when you come out of the bullpen, your job is to pound the strike zone, number one. But number two is to get your players off the field. And, you know, as a defender, we talk about it all the time. When you have starting pitchers come into the baseball game and they have a good tempo going. We saw it tonight with John Landon. Great plays made behind him all night. But it seems like every time that Henry comes in, the game comes to a screeching halt. And maybe he finds a happy medium there where you pick up the tempo, you pick up the pace a little bit, but mentally, you know, you slow the game down.
Two balls and a strike to Chris Young. So Rodriguez, 15 pitches already. That ball is laced out toward the bullpen. Gomes waiting for it. That will drive in that run because they stole the base and got power to third. It's now a 6-1 game. Three RBI night for Chris Young. That gets him up to 60 on the year. So 2 outs in the inning with Miguel Montero coming up. Tomorrow night from Cincinnati, Chin-Ming Wong. 6th start as a Nat. And a 2-2 record. He'll be facing Dontrell Willis, who's 0-3 and making his 9th start for the Reds. The Cincinnati Reds, who are 13 games out in the Central now, with the 1st of September looming. Just doing some impromptu math, and there's a base hit by Montero in the 8th and 9th innings tonight. The Nationals bullpen has thrown somewhere between 50 and 60 pitches to get 5 outs so far. And you folks might remember a couple of nights ago we were featuring the bullpen in some of our opening segments about how untouchable they had been against Cincinnati and the Phillies. 3 good offensive ball clubs in this ballpark in this 10-game homestand. It's about to be a 5-5 unless the Nats have a huge rally in their back pockets for the bottom of the 9th. That's a fastball, low and away. On a fastball up, 2-1. Zimmerman's going to bat in the ninth. Morse will.
Good fastball.
Jason Worth will bat if somebody gets aboard. Those are what we call the do-ups, and believe me, they're due. Low and away, 3-2. Runner will be going at first. And a foul ball off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt, who hit one a mile last time. Teeing off on Tyler Clippard. And a ball that almost became part of Nats Extra on the set. Right up the middle, it hits the bag. And the Diamondbacks have scored again.
That was 98 coming in, about 105 going out.
3 RBI night for Goldschmidt and Chris Young. And Arizona turning this one into a laugher for them at 7-1. So Henry Rodriguez has now had a 25-pitch ninth inning. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report returns tomorrow at 5:30. Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Dave Johnson, Mel Antonin, all the latest news on the Nats and the rest of the league. It's the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report on Masson HD tomorrow. Johnny Gomes, former Cincinnati Red, I'm sure looking forward to getting back to the Great American Ballpark tomorrow night. We mic'd him up during batting practice a couple of days ago, and you'll hear a whole bunch of that on Nats Extra prior to the ball game tomorrow. Ball one. Very late reach by Aaron Hill. And so far as a Diamondback, he's 0 for 7, hit by a pitch last time. And that ball's up the middle. It's 8-1 Arizona. They've now scored 6 runs in the last 2 innings. 2 very long innings for the Nats bullpen.
So no walks for Henry Rodriguez tonight, just a bunch of barrels.
So in the last 2 innings, 3 runs on 2 hits in the 8th, 3 more here in the 9th. And the last thing Davey Johnson wanted to do was have to get another pitcher up and throwing. We're about to enter a weekend series at a bandbox on the Ohio River where the ball just flies, and you really want to have a fresh bullpen going into Cincinnati. And a breaking ball pulled in the left. Johnny Gomes on the charge, and Matt Williams will hold his runner Goldschmidt. 5 hits in the inning now for Arizona. And by the way, every run in this inning unearned because of the error charged to Danny Espinosa. The 9th man to bat will be Lyle Overbay, hitting for the pitcher Hernandez. Rodriguez, ball 1. All over Bay, 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. 0 for 3 on Tuesday. Then appeared as a pinch hitter Monday night, had a base hit. So he's done some good damage for the D-backs in this series. Arizona last 2 innings, a total of 17 hitters. Strike 2.
And a couple of changeups.
Six pitches here in the 9th. Blows it by him. Strikes out the first and the last batter. And the D-backs, have they put it away? We'll see if the Nats have a miracle.
Mason, 9th inning update. The numbers speak for themselves. 8-1 as Arizona goes nuts these last couple of innings. Hit after hit, run after run, and the Nationals had plenty of opportunities. Not over yet, but just haven't been able to convert.
Well, that's what it goes back to. You know, forget these last 2 innings. Nationals has a big opportunity in the ballgame. 1 for 14, 1 for 17 now with runners in scoring position, Johnny. 4 doubles on the night, several times with runners out there on second base, and just couldn't make contact. A lot of strikeouts.
All right, let's go back up to Bob and FP for the bottom of the 9th. The Nationals need 7 to tie, 8 to win this thing.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, the numbers look daunting. Micah Owings will be the Arizona pitcher, their 5th of the night, to try to nail this thing down. His 24th game, veteran right-hander, 29 years of age. With Arizona back in 07-08, 2 years in Cincinnati. And now back with the D-backs, who signed him as a minor league free agent in January.
Fastball slider change from Owings. Opponent's hitting .216 against him.
Well, the D-backs, relentless pursuer, the Giants, just now getting underway at home against Houston. Ryan Vogel's song for San Fran. And the D-backs will do no worse then lead by 2.5 for a while, couple of hours, and Maybe eventually 2 or 3 at the end of the night. Ball pulled left side by Brian Bixler. Ryan Roberts on a close play, 1 out.
So, partner, we're getting out of town right on time, huh? That big storm approaching this weekend?
Yes, sir. We hate to leave you folks. Hope everybody's safe and sound. And I think the big message I got on radio and TV, various sources today, is just be smart about what's happening. Don't take any unnecessary chances. Keep yourself and your family and your home safe.
Well, you know where I'd be if we were here.
On the beach watching it?
On the rooftop watching the whole thing. I'm not smart, but I do enjoy my weather.
A walk and a double to Zimmerman tonight. Arizona pitching has kept him without an RBI in this series. He'll hit this one to right center, coming back to Upton. 2 outs. And the Nats' final hope will be Michael Morse. Michael tonight, couple of hits, the only RBI. Very unusual stat if the Nats don't score here. In the last 31 innings of this series, they will be scoreless in 29 of those frames. 2 home runs last night in the 9th, and Michael's RBI tonight in the 7th. Arizona's pitching staff has put a stop to what looked like a pretty robust Washington offense just a few days ago. And Morse will take a 3-0 pitch in there.
Nice to see Michael Morse back with a good night. Couple of hits, 2 for 3 with a walk.
Batting average at .319. And a big cut. It's now 3-2. Step into that one, foul it out of play. Hope you can join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It'll be Dontrell Willis for the Reds and Chin-Ming Wong for the Nationals.
And Dontrell Willis 0-3 with a 4.14. Opponents hitting .283 against him. But another lefty for the Nats.
Michael Morse is going to be punched out in less than emphatic fashion by Tim McClelland, and the ball game's over. 8-1 Arizona.
Tim McClelland's been rough back there tonight for both teams. I think a 3-2 pitch to Morse. I guess at this time of the game he's looking to go home.
So it's a 5-5 homestand for the Nats that was 5-2 at one point, and the final score tonight 8-1 Arizona. Join us tomorrow night. The Nats begin a road trip, 3 in Cincinnati and then 3 in Atlanta. This has been a presentation of Masson. Nats Extra, Johnny and Ray right here at the ballpark coming right up. And from the booth, so long for just a while.